Turtles have survived everything. Meteors, ice ages, mass extinctions for over 230 million years. But today they are dying in record numbers because they can't adapt fast enough to what? Cars. This was my toy car as a kid. Right now, it feels like the entire federal grant system is the dying turtle. In this video, I'm going to be sharing what the heck is going on with federal grant cuts right now and the 4 tips we have for you to navigate the uncertainty so you are a surviving turtle. In April, Elon Musk and DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, gained access to grants.gov. This is the site responsible for over $500 billion in annual awards. Federal agencies, typically how it works is they access the system, but they were removed from it without their knowledge or approval. Federal agencies have been posting their grant opportunities directly on grants.gov forever. And then the nonprofits, universities, local governments, we find those grants there and we respond and apply typically through grants.gov. And as much as I have dogged on grants.gov being a cumbersome system to use in past videos, it is an efficient system for centralizing all federal grants in one place. Everything from cancer research, highway construction to social services. Back to our federal agencies. After they got locked out of posting their own grants, they were then told to send their planned grant notices to grantreview@hhs.gov, which, that is monitored by DOGE, making sure any federal grant going out aligns with Trump's executive orders and political ideology. For example, there is a spreadsheet listing 365 terminated grants, right? These were ones that were already awarded. That was created by Tarek Makesha. He's a DOGE official and former Tesla employee. He did not consult any grant managers. Some only found out when their grantees forwarded the termination letters. And those cut grants, those were funding victims of crime, rural police departments, critical cybersecurity, infrastructure, etc. Besides the fact that the consequence here is tremendous to the most vulnerable populations, this is a huge expansion of scope for the DOGE office because it's a lot of work to review and post 5,000 federal grant announcements a year. And the biggest risk I see is that these grant announcements are going to get delayed even more and more and more. I know this sounds very doomsday, and it is a serious shift, but it is not hopeless. And if you have ever managed a grant, you know that you are not just a writer. You are a crisis manager, an adapter, a relationship builder, a systems thinker, and those skills are very important right now. Here's what we're going to do to protect your organization and your future funding. Number 1, do not delay grant applications. While the situation is evolving, we advise you to continue preparing and submitting applications as planned. However, anticipate potential delays in processing and make sure to monitor agency sites and get alerts directly from them. A lot of times, maybe a federal grant will come out and it only has a 2-week deadline and you freak out, think maybe we don't have time to do this. You do, they'll often extend the deadline at the last minute. Number 2, check agency websites directly. So in light of this uncertainty with grants.gov, it's important to remember that many of the federal agencies, they actually are offering alternative ways to submit applications. So check the agency website to confirm available submission portals and instructions. Relying solely on grants.gov is potentially going to be causing problems. Number 3, set up direct funding alerts. As much as I hate more email in your inbox, setting up direct funding alerts from your top federal agencies, it's going to be a strategic move because it's riskier than ever to rely on a single portal, which is grants.gov, for your notifications. Check out those alerts. Like basically you can subscribe to funding bulletins and just look for those in your inbox. Number 4 is follow the watchdogs. I recommend Rachel Werner. She's from MyFed Trainer. She's hosting a free compliance webinar in May titled "What Do You Do If Your Award is Terminated?" She's got a ton of other great trainings. I highly believe in her and I definitely recommend following her on LinkedIn. She's amazing at processing in real time what is going on with the federal government. I'm also vibing on Instrumental's federal grant update. I'm going to link this up below. You can bookmark this page and refer back to it. They're also just adding news as it is posted. So the truth, the grant world is entering a new era. It's going to require more proactivity, more monitoring, and more community. This is not the time to ghost your funder. It's the time to document everything, stay hyper compliant, and keep your relationships warm. Your ability to adapt and to see around corners is what will keep your programs alive in this climate. We may not be able to stop every cut, but we can stop being blindsided by them. And finally, I hope you are as lucky as we are in Alaska because I've got a representative, Lisa Murkowski, who is fighting tirelessly to get federal grants back in play. I hope you've got something like that. Keep writing your reps because they do have the power and resources to fight on your behalf. And most importantly, they need to know what the impact of these devastating cuts are, particularly of a certain party. All right, turtles, they might be slow to adapt, but grant pros, we have evolved through the pandemic shutdown, compliance audits, political turnover, you name it, and we are not going extinct anytime soon. Check the description for every link mentioned, and I will see you in the next video.